Hey guys, this is a product review on the Venom Magnums. This is the 74A version. This is just an update on a previous product review I did on these wheels, so check it out. Let's look at the specifications of this wheel. So it's 78 millimeters tall. Both the contact patch and the width is 70 millimeters. It has a sharp lip. The core placement is offset, so it's kind of to the side. It has the diameter of 74A and also comes in a 76A option. And just to point out to you guys, the latest versions of the mags have this graphic. The older ones have like a sort of trophy-like graphic. These are celebrating Harry Clark's win of the 2019 World Championship, so they have this graphic, so that's just something to keep in mind. These are the same wheels. Let's kick it off by talking about the roll speed first. These are a bit slow to accelerate. They're not as quick to accelerate as wheels like the Quake Killers, but they do have a top speed. They do eventually get to that top speed, but they're just a little bit slower. I think they're going to be better on steeper roads and on tracks where you don't need the wheel to accelerate very fast. A thing I really liked about these wheels is how much road vibration they absorb. At 74A and all the urethane, these things are really soft and really large. They absorb a lot of road vibration and they're really great on shitty roads. They really like feather out all the noise, or rather all the vibrations and all the roughness, and it's like riding on clouds. I really like them because of that. However, because they are quite soft, they do tend to chunk quite easily. When I was skating them on a really rough roads, the lip started to go within one or two slides, and I didn't like that, but it didn't affect performance, so it's not that big of a deal. One thing that did happen to mine is there is a big chunk. This only happened because I was being really hard on the wheel and really abusing it. But even if I wasn't, I do think it would have chunked maybe a little, maybe not as much as this. So yeah, I do think your wheels are likely going to chunk if you have mags. And really, this is something that happens to all soft, high rebound durometer wheels. So yeah, it's just something that happens, but it doesn't affect performance. I do think that this section of the wheel is going to wear down quicker than the rest of the wheel, and that might eventually cause it over a little bit, but I think that's going to take a lot of time to happen, so it's not that big of a deal. I really like the slide on this wheel. I think it's one of the best sliding wheels on the market, especially for downhill. And here's what the slide feels like. You can feel like the wheel fighting for grip and fighting to keep traction. But once you overcome that, it does go into the slide eventually. It's kind of like a slingshot, like you're fighting for grip. And then when you finally do overcome that, it kind of releases and goes into the slide. And I really like that. And when you do eventually release the pressure of sliding these wheels, it pulls you out of the slide and pulls you into traction. And yeah, it's just a really great all-around feeling. And that's what makes it one of my favorite wheels to slide. And because of that slingshot feeling, it's very easy to approach the edge of traction with these wheels. You can ride them very aggressively and very confidently, as that slingshot kind of feeling is very consistent. If you want to play around with the edge of traction and really push your limits, this is a great wheel to do so on that. Slowdown power of these wheels, it's there, it's considerable, but it's not the most. These wheels are high-key slidey for how wide they are, and they're just very forgiving to ride. I've seen a lot of people doing stand-up slides on them, and whilst that's very difficult, I'm not surprised. They're not super grippy without the skin, but the grippiness is there and the slowdown power is there. But for how wide they are, you'd expect them to slow you down more even without the skin. But again, I guess how slidey they are is also what makes them very forgiving to ride and very fun to ride as well. They're a very fun wide wheel. Okay, let's talk about how they slide with the skin. They're very grippy, but they're very forgiving, and the slowdown power is considerable. But even with the skin, they're not that difficult to slide. Of course, this depends on your setup. I was riding them on the 2020 Rogue on a pretty dialed in setup, the Comet Orbiter. You can check out the review. But yeah, they're not that difficult to slide, and I'd say out of all the fresh wheels I've slid, and I do guess the setup that I was using them on does play a part in it, these were one of the easiest to ride, and yeah, pretty great. I think these and the Orangutan Kegels are some of the best wheels for open road skating. These are so forgiving, so friendly to slide, work great in a variety of environments, pretty consistent, and are really easy to take to that edge of traction. All those things make it a really fun and forgiving wheel to ride. And yeah, if I'm out skating environments where I'm not sure what the pavement is going to be like, I reach for this wheel time and again. It's super good, super nice, and yeah, highly recommend it. So in conclusion, yeah, I was really surprised by how comfortable I was with these wheels. Definitely riding them on the Comet Orbiter definitely played a part, but altogether they're pretty amazing wheels. So thanks for watching this review. Big thanks to my patrons as well. Big thanks to Comet who sold me the Orbiter, which came with these wheels. And if you've enjoyed this review, leave a comment or subscribe or whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to have a good day, you can have a good day. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense, but thanks for watching and see you guys in the next one.